He linked me to a tweet that says Ethan Klein is suing Frogan, and it was from the parody account. So then I was like, oh, it's fake. And then I sent them, I was like, oh, it's fake. They're like, no, it's real. And then they sent me the video, and I'm like, oh, it's real.
I mean, like, even outside of the shit that Ethan is doing to me, it's like, it just makes every fucking incel community that has hated me for years attack me once again.
Victim Andy, I'm literally a woman. I'll always be the victim. Get more mad, incels. I could hit you first, and then if you hit me, you'd be in prison. Not shit would happen to me.
What is going on, everybody? It is Kmplxity with a lasting opinion. I hope everybody is having a wonderful Saturday evening, afternoon, morning, whatever it is you are in this world. Today, we're going to be taking a look at the responses, okay? So, Frogan, Denims, Kaceytron, and now Shonda Black are all being sued by Ethan Klein. They've all made public statements. Some of them have stupidly spoken on the lawsuit and even so dumbly responded to Ethan Klein's video. So, we're going to take a look at a couple of these. And the weirdest part of all, the absolute weirdest part of all of this is that Frogan, as dumb as Frogan is, she has been the smartest one out of all of them. She hasn't even really spoken on the whole lawsuit thing. Of all of them, right, Denim says, oh, I can't speak on the lawsuit, but yet she reacts to the video and talks about the lawsuit and tries to make moral arguments against legal lawsuit claims, which is absolutely insane. And her entire defense is, I'm not making a legal defense, I'm making a moral defense. And it's like, okay, well, that's not going to help you. I mean, it'll help you with your echo chamber, sure, but it's not going to help you win something. Now, we have here, Ethan Klein is suing me on the Arabs podcast. This is where Frogan spoke on it. If you don't know, Frogan has decided to take a week off of streaming for whatever reason. Not exactly sure why she would do that, considering, you know, you need money to win a lawsuit. So if you don't have money, you can't really fight in a lawsuit. And considering her job is streaming, it's a bit odd that she would decide to take the week off. But I digress. She has been the smartest one so far. So this is, as far as I can tell, the only public statement outside of stating that she was being sued by Ethan Klein and putting out her GoFundMe. So this is the only thing I could actually find of her publicly speaking on the lawsuit. So let's get right into this.
I had a week.
Yeah, tell me about it. Tell them about it.
So imagine this.
I'm imagining.
Imagine this.
Because I have one and you don't.
Okay, I'm out of the house and I get a DM.
Yeah.
And they're like, are you okay? And I'm like, what? What happened? Because I don't really go on the internet. I'm not really that terminally online anymore. And then I'm like, what are you talking about? Yeah, I'm fine. And they're like, what's happening? And they linked me to a tweet that says Ethan Klein is suing Frogan.
I'm imagining.
And it was from the parody account.
Yeah.
So the parody account that she's talking about is Ethan Klein's Basement. So that one was retweeting that Ethan Klein was suing these three creators a couple of days ago when the news finally broke.
I was like, oh, it's fake. And then I sent them, I was like, oh, it's fake. They're like, no, it's real. And then they sent me the video. And I'm like, oh, it's real.
Yeah.
So
I'm sorry. I know a lot of the time, you know, you can't really do like body language and all that, but just the realization.
And then I sent them, I was like, oh, it's fake. They're like, no, it's real. And then they sent me the video. And I'm like, oh.
Look at the poutiness on her face. She's just staring at the camera like, I was like, no, this is fake. This is fake. And then they sent me the video and I was just like, oh shit. She thought that this was just a BS story, the same way Denims and Kaceytron thought it was. And then come to find out, no, legal filing has actually been done here. And she's just like, oh no. Yes, actions have consequences and words have consequences. So when you go around engaging in a hate campaign of misinformation against the person, trying to effortlessly, you know, defend your your Twitch daddy, shit can go wrong.
it's real.
Yeah.
So I found
The nervous laughter is great. It's just been so good seeing these creators just squirming in any way, any direction that they possibly can in an effort to try and act like they're not being affected by this. They're trying so hard to be like, this isn't anything. He's going to drop the lawsuit. It is what it, we're good. We're fine, guys. Don't worry. As the ship is sinking with holes in the wall and water filling the freaking cabins, they're like, no, this is okay, guys. This is fine. We're all good.
now I was being sued by Ethan Klein at the same time everybody else found out.
Yeah.
Obviously, I really can't talk about it much. My lawyer team said to not talk about it, and I can practice self-control.
I will be honest. Out of all three of them, it does seem like Frogan is the only one who actually has a lawyer team, considering she's stating, hey, they said don't speak on it, and I'm choosing not to speak on it. And so far, she hasn't said a damn word on it. So is Frogan actually the smartest one in this bunch? I mean, Kaceytron is ripping bongs 24/7, and she thought that Ethan Klein edited a video of her reacting to his lawsuit video. She literally thought that. She went from I'm way too high to, I don't remember. Then she said, he's such a bad person. Why would he edit a video of me reacting to his stupid video? And then you have Denims going online and reacting to the lawsuit video and just saying some of the most incriminating shit possible.
There you go. And so there you have it.
But people are being nice. Can I push my GoFundMe?
I don't care. It's your fucking podcast.
It's our podcast.
I don't give a shit.
It's
Go
our
ahead.
podcast.
Yeah, go check out the GoFundMe.
So unfortunately, because I'm being asked for $150,000 in damages and attorney's fees, I have a GoFundMe for my legal defense. So if you want,
even though the lawsuit states that it's $150,000 for legal fees, the legal fees is Ethan Klein's legal fees along with the lost wages. She's going to have to raise like double or triple that because she has to pay her own lawyers, right? Whether she has one lawyer, two lawyers, five lawyers, it doesn't matter. So she needs to raise $150,000 just to be able to pay out Ethan Klein if he wins the lawsuit. She's going to have to raise more than that in an effort to be able to pay her attorneys.
To support me,
which is probably why the GoFundMe is up to 200,000.
The link is in the description. And if you've already donated, I appreciate it more than words can describe, because honestly, it's tedious, it's inconvenient, it's annoying, and that's basically the whole point of this entire law.
Wow, she just described herself. Inconvenient, annoying, pointless, useless. I mean, I know I'm adding words in there, but still.
And I out of respect for Frogan's lawyers' wishes, I'm not going to say anything either. So check out my Substack, where I will say everything. Just kidding. Do you imagine if I had a Substack and I was just like
honestly
ripping into the dude?
I'm not exactly sure what that's going to do. You can talk all the shit you want on Twitter, on YouTube, on Twitch. That doesn't help any legal defenses. It's crazy how people are trying to be like, man, could you imagine if I just started talking so much shit about this dude? Bro, nut up or shut up. Either do it or just stop talking about it. Nobody gives a damn if you're talking shit. This is a legal issue. You can't go up to him and be like, Your Honor, check my Substack. Check me dogging on this dude. I little broed him so hard, Your Honor. Case dismissed, please. It doesn't matter what you say online. This is all going to be figured out in a court.
You would eat
at a Substack? No, I wouldn't. It would be me complaining a lot.
Okay, so just doing what everybody else is doing.
Are you a good writer?
No. I'm good at PR and fixing people's mistakes, but no, I'm not a good writer. I write run-on sentences like crazy.
I mean, listen, you know who writes illiterately?
Capri.
Capri.
See. Yeah.
I feel like
Nailed it, by the way.
I'm reading a schizo post every fucking time I see him type.
Yeah, it's crazy. But yeah, there you have it. So if you came here to watch this big response on it, once again, we are not talking about that loser.
That should have been your MO from the beginning. That should have been your modus operandi from the absolute beginning. And had that been the case, Frogan, you wouldn't find yourself in this lawsuit. Had you just decided not to react to the damn H3 nuke or even just talk. I mean, not talking is kind of what got you into this situation. This is wonderful, and it's crazy to see that Frogan is actually the most tamed one out of all of them. She's not going on live stream, running her mouth, saying more incriminating shit.
We're not talking. We're just not talking about him. We said it in several episodes. We're not talking about him. I don't care about him, dude. We
haven't talked about him in forever either.
Yeah, and
so
you know what? I'm gonna practice that self-control as well. Who? You know who?
Oh, you got him, bro. You got him. You got who is Ethan Klein? Who? Oh my God. It's fantastic. I'm sorry. To me, I just love this. The cope is real. We're not talking about him, guys, but do you want to talk about the lawsuit? But we're not talking about him, guys, but that loser over there, but we're not talking about him, guys. Who is Ethan Klein again? But we're not talking about him. Oh my God.
Exactly.
This nobody. Like, come on. Whatever.
But
a nobody, bro. You literally brought him up. How can he be a nobody when you're talking about him? You literally brought him up. Listen, again, this is why I say the cope has been delicious. It's amazing to see these freaking absolute mongoloids being silenced. They are silencing themselves. Okay, let me refrain. Ethan Klein's not silencing them. They are silencing themselves so that way they don't get into a more litigious situation.
Spirits remain high.
Spirits remain high. For those who've been donating to your GoFundMe, like, shout out to you. Thank you. It's even the hate ones, especially the hate ones.
You've seen that, right? Isn't it insane?
The ones who are hate donating to you, good. That's all I gotta say. Good. Yeah. So I mean, we're just not talking about him.
What is that, like the fourth time you've said this? You can't continue to say we're not talking about him, but continuing to talk, bro. Like, you're not even getting sued, my man. What do you have to cope about?
We're just not. It's just not worth it.
Was that six
and
times
of course,
now?
Obviously, but Frogan's legal team is saying don't talk about it, and that's that. So if you came here to hate watch us, stick around for a little while. Or actually, you know what? Get off, dude. If you came here to hate watch us, can you just leave? You're tanking our views.
That's not how it works. That's not how it works. Dude, some of the most dedicated viewers you will ever get on YouTube or on Twitch is hate watchers. Those people are like, obviously having your fans is fantastic, but nobody's going to watch you like a hate viewer. And they're not tanking your views if they're giving you a view. I mean, hate watchers will watch the entire hour and 12 minutes of this podcast just to be able to find that one nugget of something that you say. Obviously, I'm just watching this small portion right here. Don't give a damn about anything else that they have to say. I just thought it was interesting, the stark contrast between who we all consider to be probably one of the dumbest ones. Obviously, Denims takes the cake, but the fact that she's actually has self-control and isn't getting herself into even more of a litigious situation. Someone watching them is tanking their views. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, this is what I'm saying. When you're coping this hard, when you are so nervous, obviously nervous and coping, you say things that are so incredibly stupid. Somebody watching us is tanking our views. No, if somebody doesn't watch you, that's why your views will be tanking.
Please get the fuck out of here.
It's crazy because, like, me personally, when I hate somebody, I do everything in my power to avoid them.
Yeah.
If that was the case, why did you react to the H3 content nuke? You've literally been involved with Ethan for years now. What do you mean? If you hate someone, you do everything you can to avoid them. You've been running a campaign with all of your freaking cohorts. My God.
I mute them. I block them.
They don't.
I blocked them, bitch. He unfollowed you, and that's what turned into all of this. Ethan Klein silently unfollowing you made you react in such a massively stupid way, which then had a ripple effect throughout your entire friend group.
They don't hate you. They love you. They want your attention bad. I don't know, dude. These people. Hey, if you're a parent, you should watch the movie. You should watch the show Adolescence. And make sure your kid doesn't become an incel like these guys do. Thank you very much. That's my public service announcement. It's your job, okay? It's your fucking job. It's not my job. It's not Frogan's job to teach these men how to just be normal dudes. You know what I mean?
Wonderful public service announcement. Wonderful public service announcement. Really got him there. The face. This dude absolutely looks like he got shoved into lockers as a kid. Holy shit. She loves the money more than she hates him. Oh, absolutely. Because this is the fantastic thing about Frogan. She has absolutely nothing to offer in this world other than the fact that she sides with Hassan, and that's why she gets where she is right now. I mean, she's been accused of freaking like view botting. She's been accused of having bots on her Twitter. She doesn't really do anything on Twitter. What content does she actually provide? She claims that she's not a political streamer, and I gotta be honest, I don't watch enough of her shit in order to even know if she is or isn't a political streamer. Like, what does she actually do when she streams on Twitch? I assume it's just more reaction to stuff, but hey, you got this dude here protecting you, Frogan, you and your delicate sensibilities.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah,
God,
dude.
I wish it was an anger management for everyone. Anger management should be a free course given to all incels.
Damn, we got a scholar over here. It's fantastic when they make blanket statements like this. You're just an incel. You don't like her because she's a woman. You're an incel. You don't like her because she's stealing content. You're an incel. You don't like her because she said that soldiers deserve PTSD. You're an incel. Oh, you don't like her because she tried doing a freaking, because she tried doing a 9/11 reenactment through cake. Oh, you're an incel. Like, bro, you guys, this isn't going to work. This doesn't work in the court of law. You can't turn around and just be like, Your Honor, Ethan is a Jew and he's an incel. I rest my case. Like, that's not how this works. Oh my God.
You know what I mean? It's not women's fault.
I don't think people should be allowed to use the internet until their frontal lobe is developed.
That's rich. That's rich. Coming from this freaking Jabba the Hutt ass bitch.
I could get behind that.
You know, they did a study recently on ChatGPT, and it's decreased.
Oh God. They did a study on ChatGPT. I assume what she's going to refer to is that ChatGPT is getting dumber because of how dumb, people are, which absolutely, I totally understand that. And I agree with that. But how in the world are you, of all people, going to talk about someone not using the internet until their frontal lobe is developed?
Increasing brain activity by like 40%.
Which is crazy because we just got that 40%. You know what I mean? We just got that 40%.
It's insane to me that people are so reliant on ChatGPT that like they're using that for their daily fucking life.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
I only use ChatGPT. Like we've talked about this before. I don't even use it for that anymore because they fucking sold it to the U.S. military.
ChatGPT?
Yeah.
Do you know how much stuff you use on a daily basis that was either created by or is funded to the US military? What, you think microphones were just, they just, hey, we got to make this for streamers. No, come on, man. Internet, all of this shit. The amount of developments that have been made throughout this, throughout warfare is insane. Do you not know that freaking the car you drive wouldn't even have been created had it not been for World War I? again. Like the fact that Henry Ford turned his production line of he made the first ever production line. He created a production line for vehicles in order to, and then made that into a production line to create tanks for freaking World War II. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't touch ChatGPT anymore.
So I don't
unless
even
it's for
use it.
stocks. That's the only reason why I
That's
use
smart.
ChatGPT.
Okay, so then you still use it.
In my head, I'm just like, I would only ever like see like if I was like, because obviously I don't want to bother like my friends with like all my bullshit I'm feeling. So like if I'm like, was I gaslit in this scenario?
Yeah,
like
you
a
talk to
text,
ChatGPT to figure out.
I run it and I'm
No. Why would you admit you don't have friends you could talk to, so you talk to ChatGPT instead? Of course, ChatGPT is going to comfort you. It reacts to the prompt you give it and then responds to you. That is the biggest cell phone. Holy crap. I'm so glad I didn't watch this prior to right now. Frogan uses ChatGPT when she needs a friend.
like, okay. And I'm like, whatever. But now that I found out they sold it to the military, I'm like, absolutely
I don't want people to know what I got going on.
No, thank you.
I just want to make silly songs on ChatGPT.
Dude,
Silly lyrics.
Mid-Journey, I need to cancel my fucking subscription.
Yeah.
I remember I have it every time I get billed for it.
Yeah.
They offer
God.
video making now.
Yeah, it's gross. The video shit is so wild. I mean, there's a new,
Okay, sounds like we'll skip ahead.
like,
Yeah, bored, couldn't care less about anything else that they have going on or anything else that they're gonna say. That is hilarious. Never in my life did I think that Frogan would admit that she doesn't have friends to talk to, so she goes to ChatGPT for a friend, for comfort. Bro, that is a different level of pathetic. I guess that just goes to show you like what the dynamic is between her and Hassan and all of them. They don't want to hear your bullshit, bro. They don't want to hear your poor me shit. So you have to run to ChatGPT. That is fantastic. Okay, so here's Denims. This is Denims talking and reacting to the fact the video that Ethan made saying that he was going to be suing them. Okay, we're not reacting to the entirety of it, but I just want to watch a little bit of it so you can see the complete contrast between somebody who knows how to keep their fucking mouth shut and then somebody who thinks that they're smart enough to speak on something.
Hi there, my name is Ethan Klein, and my favorite hobby is spending hundreds of thousands of dollars on lawyers. Today, I invite you into my home to share my favorite pastime with you.
It's still such a
Quick
good bit.
sidebar. As many people have already pointed out, obviously destroying legal tender is federal crime,
Yup.
which he's later claimed this is fake money.
Yup.
But if it's fake money, why didn't you get the $100 bills?
Because he knew people would not believe it was, he knew people would not believe it was, and this is my opinion, he knew people would not believe it was fake money if he used a $1 bill. He's already having people trying to report him for burning legal tender. Again, he's playing 4D chess. These people are playing pickup sticks. It's not that hard to understand. He's putting bait out there the same way he put out the H3 Hassan nuke out there.
Join me in creating generational wealth for my attorney. Let me tell you guys a story. About a year and a half ago, it's a big conversation called ReactGate.
Yeah.
ReactGate was a debate going on in the streaming community about what...
And I mean, it's still even going on to this day. Obviously, we're having a freaking, lawsuit over reaction. And we do have a video coming out next week. Shout out to Knox Hill. He just got hit with 3 copyright strikes by UMG, Universal Music Group, who has sent out a massive freaking copyright strike blanket over a ton. Like we're reaching like 20 something or more music reactor channels. UMG UMG might end up with the lawsuit or with the copyright strike that they're doing right now on YouTube, might actually end up making the music reactor channels go extinct. So people who are trying to say that Ethan is quelling the reaction community, UMG just tossed out a blanket copyright strike on music reactors, and there is a multitude of music reactor channels that may not be here next week because of it.
Constituted fair use. People like Hassan, XQC, and many of the large Twitch streamers would watch other creators' entire video on their stream. They would rarely add sufficient commentary or even pause the video to speak. Most egregiously, they would re-upload the entire VOD to YouTube with the same thumbnail, the same title, so that they could cannibalize traffic from the original video. Here's what Lamino had to say about
which the controversy, in my opinion, and this was my opinion at the time, this is my opinion now. And
spoiler alert, her opinion is terrible.
This is Ethan Klein's opinion, by the way. Which, do I have the video?
Come on, Denims, you can find it.
I don't know if I have it on hand. I'll try and find it if I have it.
You got this. Come on, where's that Yas Queen energy?
It's the
In case you're wondering, this is a general react stream of freaking Denims just sitting there. That's her whole stream.
The one where he says,
and of course, you got the low cut V. Yeah, Denims. What does he say?
Sorry.
Anytime now.
One little sunlight. I hope he shits on you in the lawsuit. Why are H3 fans poop obsessed?
You got him. You got him good.
Genuine question.
So we're definitely gonna 1.5 this because this chick talks.
I forgot to prep this.
Chick talks slower than a freaking snail moves. Well, 1.25.
Here it is. No, wait. It might be in the reply to this.
No, find it. It's somewhere on that computer. Come on, you got this. Any day now. Any day.
Is it this one?
A wholesale re-uploading of like an
Here we
episode.
go.
And we used to have that big.
No, it's not this one. It's the one where he's on Leftovers talking to Hassan about it, and he talks
Never
about
mind.
how like, streaming is a different beast.
Streaming is different. Streaming is 100% different, but just because you're streaming for 8 hours, 6 hours, 24 hours, it doesn't mean that you can't be transformative. Hell, freaking, what was it? Aiden or Augie just had his subathon marathon that he did for like freaking 48 or 72 something hours straight. And then you also have creators like Chud Logic, Tectone, even though I don't really agree with Tectone, but I will use them as an example. Asmongold, these people who do this for 8 to 10 hours every single day, like they're still transformative. They're still creating something. They're creating a work. Just because streaming is harder, right? Well, I wouldn't say harder, but just because streaming is different than creating a video, once a week or something like that, a well-crafted scripted video, doesn't all of a sudden mean that it takes that just because it's difficult or you have to continue to talk more, doesn't all of a sudden mean that laws no longer exist.
And streaming is very different from YouTube. Let me see.
Come on.
I didn't save it, I guess.
Any day.
No, maybe it did. Maybe it did. Wait.
Maybe it did.
Hold up.
Oh my God. This is torture.
No, not this.
Let's skip.
No, it's not this one either.
Skip. That's 30
It's
seconds.
the one where he talks about how
40 seconds.
he used the difference between
50
the
seconds.
part that is particularly
55
egregious.
seconds.
So I would appreciate
It's
it
a minute.
because I don't. Yes.
It's a minute 5. A minute and a 5 to find a freaking clip. Come on. You're supposed to have this shit ready.
And this is the same opinion that I've had long before this chapter of Reactgate. And it's the same opinion that I have now. And it's the same opinion that like reasonable people have. And I'll get into why.
And you said this is why Ethan's argument is not good because it always devolves into you don't react hard enough.
Because at the end of the day, there are no clear-cut guidelines, no clear-cut boundaries on like what to do, no like standardized best practices. And the argument always will, in the eyes of the audience especially, devolve
I don't
into...
think so. I think I circumvented that pretty good. Sorry to interrupt you. I'm not... I would,
it will always evolve into you're not reacting hard enough. obviously there are boundaries that I think aren't established, but like most people understand are bad. However, especially if you're doing like long form content, especially if you're doing live stream content without pre-production like you do, because you have your own version of that as well as like the members only broadcast, there will always be lulls and moments of like dead air or even you getting up.
Yes, there will always be lows or moments of dead air, not completely reacting to a video where you're not saying anything or where you're getting up and walking away from the live stream, continuing to let the freaking video play while you go and eat, go to the bathroom, go do whatever, or mute your mic or something. Those aren't lows. Those aren't moments. Okay. Though that is just you. That is you watching something.
But that's also live reaction.
Here I'm talking, and I made it clear, I'm talking specifically about his YouTube channel. I wouldn't make this claim. Okay, well, that's something I made clear at the beginning. So, so we're talking about his YouTube channel. Now, I would never claim that about streaming because I agree that streaming is too much of a gray area.
There's a longer version of this clip, but basically, it's not necessarily the streaming that is the most offensive part. Morally, it's the, not legally, it's the re-upload to YouTube that absolutely does funnel views away from people's YouTube channels. When you have the same exact thumbnail as someone who spent months on a video and you have, your video gets like millions of views, like some percentage of those views, considering that it's on the same platform, that is absolutely funneling some of the revenue over to the other video, which is why.
But it's also the lack of commentary. It's the lack of talking. That is, okay, you're talking morals, right? So you want to say morally it's wrong to upload it because if you, hey, what's up, Mono? It is one of the, you can talk morals all you want, but legality, facts, all of that stuff doesn't care about your freaking feelings. It never has, never will. So when it comes to uploading on the same platform, will it take away views? Obviously, it'll take away some level of views. If it's a small content creator being reacted to by a bigger content creator, it will eventually take potentially a large portion of those views. None of that matters, though, because you can't really go forward with a copyright strike if it's transformative enough. Now, obviously, transformative is in the eye of the beholder, eye of the judge. But Ethan has always said that he doesn't care if people react to his shit as long as they're making a good faith effort to actually react to it and not just be playing it.
Well, it's the wholesale re-upload to YouTube like within 24 hours.
Yes, wholesale, which means you're re-uploading the entire freaking video and you're missing the most important portion of this sentence. Transformative. It needs to be transformative to some degree.
And I talk about this as well in this video, but I don't want to get too deep into it until we get there. The market segment that is Twitch viewers and the market segment that is YouTube viewers, there is a distinct difference between these. And one of them is, what would be the best wording to use? One of them is irresponsible. The blatant re-upload to YouTube with like 20 minutes of additional added content, and it's the same exact thumbnail and it's the same exact title, that absolutely is hurting the original video in the algorithm.
Oh, so she does understand what she's doing is wrong, but she just doesn't care.
Right. Versus the lack of uploading versus like a Twitch stream. So, okay, we'll get into it because he pulls it up and I don't know why he puts one of these sections in, but we'll go through it.
About this phenomenon.
I don't mind people reacting to my videos, but I do mind when they play the entirety of my video. A face cam in the corner or the occasional interruption does nothing to address that issue.
Now, I hold firm on this. I in no way, shape, or form agree with this. I do believe that in order to, and like we saw with Legal Mindset stating, sometimes you need to react to the entirety of the video to have the entire context of the video. Some things you don't have to react to the entirety of it just simply due to the fact that, you know, maybe it's just like a update video or it's some like quirky Mr. Beast video. You don't really need to react to the entire video in order to understand Beast games, right? Or a drag race or people building a home or something like that.
My video is still being played from beginning to end in someone else's stream or video. It's neither ethical nor necessary to feature the entirety of someone else's work. Or, you know, they could do the bare minimum and ask for permission. Something that none of the major reaction channels have ever done when they've streamed or re-uploaded my videos. But to answer your question, no, I don't want people to stream or re-upload the entirety of my videos.
Now, understandably, this made a lot of people angry because why should these content thieves, essentially, get more views than the author of the video, which in a lot of
Didn't she say she already acknowledged she was doing something wrong, but she just doesn't care? Yes, she did. She stated that it's stealing regardless, but that it just doesn't matter because one feels morally right.
cases was happening. I mean, people don't like injustice, and we all see this and know it's not right. This debate culminated when XQC, one of the prime suspects, called into my show to debate me, in which case I'm sad to report that I was terribly owned.
So in that regard, do you care at all about like IP or copyright? Or like the fact that it's illegal, does that matter?
Back during the peak era, back during the worm, dude.
That it might be illegal, does that matter to you?
No.
It doesn't matter.
Well, if flat out doesn't, because...
Well, that's fair.
Watch me full screen cam, do the fucking worm, and watch your flat.
I will say I don't watch XQC, but the dude does make content, right? Like the fact that no one can really understand what the hell he's saying. And obviously he has such outlandish reactions and is constantly getting into freaking debates or into trouble with people or in conflict. It's entertaining to find clips of it.
Then watch your plan
Do it
content.
for a week. Do a week of no reaction content and see how many fucking views you get. Oh, okay, sure.
It's such a good
I mean,
video.
that's content, man. It's original content, at least.
The ultimate debate, bro. He hit him with the worm. Oh, why didn't I think of that first? I kid XQC, but he is not the one I'm suing. Despite my criticism, he's not a malicious infringer. But the ones I am suing, you'll see, are much, much worse. Now, ironically, after this debate and in the wake of this large conversation...
Worst worm I've ever seen. It's a type of worm. Okay, it's a type of worm.
It's an inchworm.
job.
Yeah, what we doing? Get off the phone.
But, sure, let's find out. Let's find out what Ethan Klein has to say. All right.
The problem seems to have only gotten worse. You have people like Hassan Piker paving the way of fair use with what's known as chair reacts. When Hassan gets up to go to the bathroom or to eat or to talk to his mom or to do whatever, disappears for an extended period of time and leaves the video playing for his chair. Mr. Chair, they call it.
You have to warn people to leave.
It's a legitimate search term on his Twitch that you can search for when he does his chair reacts.
The area around the main airport in Sana. Then
Won't someone think of CNN? You know, won't someone think of CBS News? Hassan had the audacity to stream.
You dumb bitch. It has nothing to do with the freaking company. It has everything to do with the fact it doesn't matter if you're reacting to a 1 subscriber channel or you're reacting to a massive conglomerate like CBS, MSNBC, or freaking Fox News. You're still infringing upon copyright. That's how it works. It doesn't matter how big or how small of a freaking organization it is. Their law is still there. It's the same thing of like, if you end up killing a murderer or you kill an innocent child, it's still murder. You're still going to be prosecuted for it. It doesn't matter. There's different levels of the infringement. Sure, absolutely. And people will see it in different ways, but it doesn't matter what you do or who you do it to, I should say. It just matters the fact that you did it.
For 8 hours.
Extended periods of time.
And he had to pee. And he had the audacity to steal from small creators like Fox News, CBS, CNN. I'm just like, finally, somebody is exposing this bad behavior at long.
Again, notice how she's trying to make it all out to be, oh, well, you know what? They're just such giant corporations. It's not a problem. No, if you go steal from Walmart, you still get arrested for shoplifting. If you steal from mom and pop shop, you still get arrested for shoplifting, for stealing. This isn't a good defense. And the fact that she's willingly and openly saying this shit on live stream, which can be clipped, can be entered into evidence, is mind-boggling.
Last.
It shows a lack of remorse. So if she wanted to, in any way, shape, or form, plead for leniency or anything of that nature, like, just play this. Just play where she talks about it is stealing. Both are wrong.
Ethan is the ex that refuses to get over it. Correct. Yes. Sorry.
Real communists would get a bladder infection for CNN.
One stun lock.
Look at this though. Somebody says you're so dumb, and she has her mods here just banning anybody who says anything against her. I mean, if that's not an echo chamber, I don't know what is.
So dumb. It's not that hard to get your yours correct if you're trying to insult somebody else's intelligence. For the love of God.
There's no there's no way. There's absolutely no way you're trying to talk shit to somebody about being dumb.
Oh my goodness. All right, back to the video. My favorite part about this is like, this doesn't even show that he's leaving on content necessarily. It's just close-ups of him getting up.
Hey, well, you know, if that's the case, Denims, you very easily could have, it literally says that this is all edited from 1 month of footage. You could have gone back the last month and checked all of these to show that he didn't leave all of this on. But I imagine you didn't because you're lazy and it wouldn't prove your point. It would actually end up proving Ethan's point. Not only that, but the first clip is him saying he has to go to the bathroom, that he had to pee. You see him get up and leave the freaking newscast going. What exactly do you think happened there?
But this is like all of Ethan's content. He doesn't actually prove the points that he's trying to make. He just kind of shows his audience the things that he knows they will react to. He shows them like the colors and the shapes that they want to see. And then he's like, anyways, you guys can believe me.
That's rich coming from somebody who's only ever had 2 good points in her entire life, and they're not they're below the chin, not above it.
And it was in this setting that I formulated an idea. What if I could make a long-form, irresistible piece of content that I knew that these streamers couldn't resist?
I'm sorry, but like the light Yagami, this was actually my plan all along. It was actually my secret plan. This was always the plan all along. I made this irresistible bucket of poop and I left it out. I knew.
Oh, but Ethan Klein fans are obsessed with poop. I mean, prove him wrong that he didn't plan this. He copyrighted the video, put the video out, and now you're facing a lawsuit. That sounds like a plan to me. That sounds like he strategically decided to do something. Like, where exactly is the faultiness here? And it's great that she says this right after just saying he doesn't actually put out any facts. He just puts the pretty colors out there to make you see what he wants you to see. Bitch, where's your evidence that he didn't plan this? I think the fact that he copyrighted the video is proof positive enough he planned this shit.
I knew it would be so good. Oh my God, dude. Oh, dude.
Oh, dude. Oh, no. My tiny little brain can't handle all of this. Oh.
So one thing that's misrepresented here, among a variety of other things, by the way, is this point that this person is making. It's not that he's stealing content. It is not that he is stealing just content, but leaving the videos after he goes and leaves the chair. Okay, so let's rewind for a second. We're 4 minutes.
Okay, that person is actually stupid because that's literally stealing the content.
To when he brings up Lemino, which was the guy who made like this really good Kennedy video, and a lot of people watched the video, and then their uploads got re-uploaded and blah, 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 blah. And you can even hear what this guy has to say about the matter. He's talking about the ethics of reacting. He is not talking about the legality.
It doesn't matter if he's talking about legals or morals. None of that matters because this is a legal situation. Morals has a very minute portion to play in a legal filing. He may be talking about it morally. He chose not to go copyright strike people. That doesn't mean that everybody else has to follow suit and only talk about it or react to it in a moral way. That's not how this works.
Of reacting. I'll play it. And like, this is why it's so sad to be an H3 fan. He doesn't even respect you enough to like try and clip things in a way that is believable. He just sort of shows you the shapes and colors and hopes you don't actually try too hard to understand what's happening.
Oh, ethical God. Nor necessary to feature the entirety of someone else's work.
Notice how there's no commentary here and there's no focus on the legality. Or like, what?
Because he's not making a legal argument. He's making a moral argument the same way you're trying to make a moral argument. But again, it has no weight in a court of law.
Watch the whole thing.
A face cam in the corner or the occasional interruption does nothing to address that issue. My video is still being played from beginning to end in someone else's stream or video. It's neither ethical nor necessary to feature the entirety of someone else's work. Or, they could do the bare minimum and ask for permission. Something that none of the major reaction channels have ever done when they've streamed or re-uploaded my videos.
Because he's not talking about legality. He's talking about, why would he comment on?
Hey, Denims, Lamino's not the one suing you. It doesn't matter what his opinions are on whether it's morals or legal. That's not how it works. Like, he's not suing you.
Whether or not streamers should ask for permission. He doesn't say legally they're required to ask for permission and they don't.
Because it's not a law that you have to ask for permission. This bitch is so stupid.
They're very clearly talking about the ethics of reacting. And like, here, we'll make this a grander scale.
Now, this is fantastic. I have seen this clip go around and it is fantastic.
If you check your bank account and like Chase accidentally refunded you an extra $50, you might look at that and be like they were supposed to refund you for some charge or something, and then they accidentally gave you another $50. And you see that and you're like, I didn't see anything. Oh.
Real good. Real good of her, while under threat of litigation, to turn around and fully admit that she would steal from a bank. That she would not tell a bank that they spent that money. Hey, Denims, whether it's $50 or $50,000 or $50 million, if you are given that money through whatever mishap within the bank, if you spend that money, you still have to give that money back. So if they gave you $50, if you spend $100, guess what? You just spent $150 because you still have to pay the money back.
Listen, they can correct it. They can find it themselves. They can correct it. I don't really care that much, all right?
That's fantastic. I don't really care that much. So if I'm stealing from somebody, I don't really care that much. It's up to them to figure it out. Well, it seems as though Ethan Klein figured it out, Denims.
I don't really care that much. If some old lady on the street is like, hey, do you have change for a $10 bill? Nobody carries cash around, but like, do you have change for a $10 bill? I just need to pay the meter. And she hands you a $50 bill instead of a $10 bill and says, oh, times are so tough right now, but got to pay the meter. And you keep the 50. See how one of those feels morally worse? One of those feels like you're stealing from someone who does need it, or you're stealing from, I don't know, not a corporation. One of those.
A corporation is made up of people who need money. I don't know if you know this, but Chase Bank isn't ran by robots. Well, at least not yet. It's not yet.
Feels worse. We're not talking about legality. It's theft regardless. We're talking about what is morally worse.
I'm sorry, what did you just say?
Worse. We're not talking about legality. It's theft regardless. We're talking corporation. One of those feels worse.
One more time.
We're not talking about legality. It's theft regardless. We're talking about.
We're not talking about legality. It's theft regardless. This bitch is so stupid, man. Oh my God. Oh, that's going to be wonderful to play in front of a court. Okay. It's going to be wonderful to play that in front of a judge. How is she going to argue that she reacted to it in fair use and yet turns around and has this clip of her saying, whether you're stealing from a bank or a person, an individual, it's theft regardless. But I don't care because I only feel bad if I can see their face.
What is morally worse? That's why nobody gives a shit about stealing from corporations.
The corporation does. The police does. The FBI does. I mean, it's like people who steal from banks go to jail, you fucking twat.
And so that's the same thing that's being talked about here. That the morality or like how ethical it is to react to a video made by one creator who's put in hundreds of hours and who's put in a fuck ton of their energy and time into a video and put in so much love and heart and soul and blood and sweat and tears into a video, and you straight rip it, add 20 minutes and then re-upload it to YouTube and your video gets millions of views. That feels shit.
Yeah.
That feels like absolute shit. Do you think the news anchors at CNN morally, do you think like not morally, sorry. Do you think that they feel bad when they see Hassan streaming their content? Like, do you think
they give a shit or even know who Hassan is?
Like, but I worked so hard on that. Of course not. Of course not. And to the people.
Hey, but you want to know who does give a shit about that type of stuff? I don't know, the CEO, the CFO, people who have bottom lines, people who have boards that they have to, answer to.
People that are saying this, you've totally like missed the point. You actually, I know that you're just in here to be a shitter and whatever. This won't hold up in court. Did you notice how I literally said this is not a legal argument? We're not talking about legality. We're talking about ethics. We're talking.
Well, you probably should be talking about legality considering you're in a fucking lawsuit.
About morality. I know listening is hard. Critical thinking is hard. I explicitly just stated 5 seconds ago, we're not talking about legality. And by the way, neither was this guy who he was quoting.
Actually, he didn't quote him. He let him talk for himself. But yeah, I know. Listening is hard and critical thinking is hard.
You're just too stupid to understand it, man. I'm sorry.
That's ironic.
So it's just bad targets, not actions? And when did I say anything like that?
Oh, you dumb bitch. When did I say it? You literally just said that you only feel bad if you steal from somebody that you see versus a corporation. So that person is partially correct when he's questioning you if it's only bad targets, not bad actions. Now, granted, she did say that it's stealing regardless, but she only gives a damn if she can see the person that she's stealing from.
I'm just talking about how it feels to have your content watched by a creator versus like being a news anchor and knowing that other people on Twitch watch your content. This has nothing to do with legality. This has nothing to do with the law. This has nothing to do with fair use. And ReactGate was not about legality. ReactGate was always about morality. It was always about that. And you'll see it time and time again. But honestly, maybe I should write this text on the screen. But keep that in mind, okay, chat? Keep that in mind when watching.
She's trying to make it sound as if during ReactGate, there wasn't people who were threatening or actually going forward with copyright lawsuits or striking channels for copyright. Like, just because, look, the fact that it mainly focused on morality is actually a good thing, considering a good amount of people who were reacting to stuff immorally, like XQC, probably wouldn't be around today if somebody actually took it legal. Because the fact of the matter is, them infringing upon copyright could have stopped their streaming careers from continuing.
Watching this and watching him recap ReactGate, keep that in mind. All right? But you are getting sued legally. We're watching a video. I'm pointing out all of the hypocrisies in his video.
You're pointing out the hypocrisies of a legal argument with a moral argument. That is why people are calling you dumb. That is why people are saying that this isn't going to hold up in court. It's crazy how, like, she's so willing to tell other people she's dumb, but can't even understand what they're saying.
The major hypocrisy that I'm pointing out, which I don't know. It's like, I don't know how this is difficult. I've just explained this like for the 7th time now. He is trying to pretend like the conversations that were happening during ReactGate were about legality when they never were.
No, he's using it as a freaking point of a jump off point.
The conversations during the ReactGate meta were talking about morality. Like, it is fucked up to do X, Y, and Z. I know it's crazy. I know a lot of things to follow here. We're watching a video, reacting to the video. All right. And I'm breaking down what's wrong with the video. Okay.
If you can call it that, sure.
All right.
Piece of content that I knew that these streamers couldn't resist. They couldn't avoid the temptation of watching it the second it was published.
I don't have an issue with them.
It's not that I wanted these people to steal my video. It's that I knew they would.
Denims, you're trying to show non-Euclidean concepts to people who follow a guy who had to Google 10 divided by 10.
I knew they would watch the entire video, add little to no commentary, react to it.
Sorry, one little bit. Let's see how the judge will find it hard to follow, XD. I like how this chat.
And again, here you have her freaking mods banning anybody who disagrees with her, anybody who shows a little bit of pushback. Jesus Christ, the freaking echo chamber.
I just said, I'm too stupid to understand what you said, but I bet the judge will be as well. Why are Denims haters so dumb?
That's ironic.
Dude.
Instantly, giving them no time to form an opinion. The trap was set, and it worked even better than I imagined it would. We captured pretty much every large streamer reacting to it in its entirety immediately after it was published. Now, the thing is, there were a few people that went above and beyond to commit copyright infringement. For example, Denims sits here silently with nearly 50,000 live viewers.
No comment. I gotta play it. Where is it? She's sitting here silently.
Nothing to say.
It's a good question. I mean, you're laughing about sitting here silently, yet you're being sued. So, I mean, the cope laugh, it's only going to last for so long.
Where is it? Come on. Play, damn it.
Why is my
soundboard lagging? Damn you.
Any day now.
Play super delayed. I don't understand. Okay.
That's 30 times her regular viewership. She's working directly with the Snark subreddit moderators to siphon views, and their intentions couldn't be clearer. No comment!
There we go. Finally played 20 years later. Gosh. All right.
Oh my God, this is difficult.
Also, we're using the Ethan Klein lied website again for all this stuff, okay?
So this is kind of old. I think she has raised up towards like 30, 40-ish thousand so far.
Alrighty.
No idea why she's like capped it at 100,000 when he's asking for 150, but oh well.
Here's an excerpt from a stickied post from the Snark subreddit. Hey everyone.
Your average views are like 3.5K, even lying about that. LOL, what? Just when do the lies stop, dude? When?
It doesn't matter what your average views are. Oh my God, that's not his point. His point here is you provided a market substitute. Therefore, more people tuned in to watch you instead of giving the view to Ethan. It doesn't matter what. Your Honor, he got it wrong. I actually get about 3,500 average viewers. Okay, all right. So case dismissed.
When will he stop lying? When?
We've seen a lot of comments about wanting to watch the nuke without showing support for H3. Here's a list of creators who've supported our sub, either by engaging with us directly or citing our post in their critique of H3. Here they're offering these streamers as market substitutes for my work. This is the
Notice how she in no way, shape, or form corrected the Reddit post by saying that they supported the sub either by engaging with them directly or citing our posts in their own critiques. In no way, shape, or form does she deny this. That's a little telling.
The cardinal sin of copyright infringement. The Snark.
This has nothing to do with me.
It literally does. It literally just says right here, here's a list of creators who've supported our sub, either by engaging with us directly or citing our post in their own critiques. It's literally saying that you guys have a direct connection. Once Discovery comes out, I can't wait. I cannot wait, because through Discovery, Ethan Klein will be able to file for all communication between any Twitch mod or any H3 Snark Reddit mods and Denims, and will be able to actually have those communications if there is any communication.
And he knows this, but the thing is, the document that he published is for viewers online. It's not for a court. There is no court that would take this and say that this is collusion.
Oh God, you do not have lawyers.
Have no DMs. Like there was no attempt by me, at the very least, to reach out and try and provide this. Like, it's just, this is...
It doesn't matter if there wasn't. So she's still, again, not understanding this, right? Let's say there's zero communication whatsoever. You're not denying the post. You're not denouncing the post. You're not in any way, shape, or form saying, hey, do not come here just to do a market substitute. Come here for me, watch for me, etc., etc., etc. But of course, as we all know, in the next clip, she openly talks about not giving a view to the H3 video.
Has nothing to do with me.
Subreddit has been a frequent and persistent infringer. That's how I knew when this video came out, the Snarkers were going to encourage, promote, and push streamers to commit copyright infringement. I should thank the Snarkers, actually. Because of their predictability, they acted like double agents for us, incriminating their favorite streamers and serving them up on a golden platter. So
sweet, sweet victory.
Thank you.
Okay. Did you work with the Snark subreddit? If not, then how are they aware you were viewing the nuke?
That is an absolute dumbass thing. I will say this person is completely stupid. I mean, she's live on Twitch. Obviously, people are going to know. That's not exactly what you in any way, shape, or form should be asking. What you should be asking is if you're not in any way, shape, or form working with them or acknowledging them, then why not denounce the fact that they claimed you were working in tandem with them?
Because I said I would watch it because he was hyping it up for weeks and saying, this video is going to be so good. It's going to be so good. It's going to be so good. And I was like, yeah, I'm going to watch it. That's it. Just like the same way that everybody else was going to watch it as well.
I do agree with her on that one.
Snark. It's one thing for a subreddit to admit it's engaging in copyright infringement, but how do you get the streamers themselves to admit that they're stealing content?
Yeah. How did the Snark subreddit know about your top secret viewing of the nuke Denims? How did they know? All right, let's keep going. Well, guys, if you enjoyed not giving any views to that terrible video, follow, subscribe, throw a prime. If you like the content, if you enjoyed your time here.
It turns
what's your excuse for that one, Denims?
Turns out they just do it for you. You couldn't cook up a more incriminating statement.
DNMBOs.
Well, we have to hear the amazing response you have to you openly admitting to providing a market substitute. What is it, Denims?
As much as I would love to talk about how this isn't what he's saying it is, this is in fact not what he's saying it is.
Guys, I'd love to talk about this, but I can't. But what I will say is that this isn't what it sounds like.
Solidarity in the fight.
Yeah. Anything else, Denims?
You guys will get to see it play out in court. Okay?
Wait, didn't you just say that there's no judge in the world that would take this case on? How are they going to see it play out in court if you just said that no judge would take this case? This is why if you're ever in any sort of litigious situation, shut the fuck up. If you're ever under investigation by the police, shut the fuck up. If you're under any level of investigation or scrutiny, shut the fuck up. It's not that hard. Keep your mouth closed. Don't engage with do not engage with it. Keep your mouth closed. It is insane to me that Frogan seems to be the only one who has got themselves a lawyer and is actually listening to the lawyer.
All right.
It's that's a heavy lifting, trust me,
I
bro.
would love to get into it. You guys will get to see it in court.
I hope
if you tried.
I hope
Denim's
so.
the queen of self-owning. You prevail again. There's one thing about copyright you should know is that you got to register it before you publish to be eligible for statutory damages and
We'll just keep going.
attorney's fees, which is
I'm so grateful you paused it to let us know we're going to keep going.
The main biting force of a copyright infringement lawsuit. Well, I'm happy to tell you guys now. I, Ethan Klein, have registered Hassan Piker content nuke with the United States Library of Congress. Some of you guys out there sweating? Even though theoretically I could sue a lot more creators and rake in millions of dollars. But the purpose of this is not financial gain. People like XQC and Asmongold may have watched the entire thing, but I would never sue them just for doing that. I don't want to.
Not only that, but he wouldn't have a case either. He really wouldn't. I mean, Hassan and Asmongold reacted to it and were completely transformative. Regardless if you agree with what they said, regardless if it was nothing but misinformation, none of that matters. They did transform the content.
Why would you say this in your video?
Oh, come on. Let that hamster wheel go, Denims. You got this. You can figure it out. Dora the Explorer will help you get to that idea.
Again, guys, I really wish I could litigate this on stream with you all, because there are sections, it's not entrapment. There are sections of the lawsuit that sort of talk about whether or not the work is transformative or not. And there are opinions about whether or not, because this is a big thing in fair use on whether or not you're supposed to like watch the bare minimum or something like that. But I don't know why he would admit that he doesn't care about people like XQC and Asmongold.
He didn't say he didn't care. He said he would never sue them. That's what he's saying. And why would he never sue them? Well, first and foremost, he'd fucking lose. I'm going to be 100%. I don't you can call me a Hassan hater. You can call me an Ethan dick rider, a Hassan dick rider, whatever the fuck you want. But bottom line is the two of them transformed the content. He would lose that lawsuit.
Watching it in its entirety.
I know it's a struggle. It's a struggle. Complex ideas.
This is really bad.
No, it
Shield the
wasn't.
reaction community into fear. Actually,
Explain to us how it was bad, Denims.
the opposite. I hope that we can all unite against this type of egregious behavior that not only makes us all look bad, but could destroy the commentary community as we know it.
Talking about destroying the commentary community as we know it when like.
Yeah. You're
the one destroying. This is the hot dog meme again. This is just the hot dog. We're all looking for the guy who did this.
So much to add.
Oh my God, dude. All right.
So much to add.
Well, guys. And then he plays it again. He's like, that was so epic. I got to play it again. If you enjoyed not giving any views to that terrible video, follow, subscribe, throw a prime.
The state of reaction content on Twitch is so broken, these creators feel comfortable looking right into a camera and saying outright, hey, I'm stealing this guy's content. Pay me instead of him. This is not a healthy environment. And with people like Hassan reacting to entire TV shows on stream, my fear is that Sony or Disney comes along, sues everybody, and sets a devastating precedent that could endanger our entire field. Now,
And it's crazy because, like I said earlier, UMG, Universal Music Group, has actually taken the first step to do exactly what Ethan Klein just said that he was afraid of. UMG has launched a freaking a copyright strike blanket across multiple different music reaction channels. And this upcoming week, there is some music reaction channels that could potentially no longer exist. And if you don't understand the video that's coming out on Monday, the video that's coming out on Monday goes further into it. But if you get 3 strikes, if your channel gets taken down due to strikes, that's it. It's game over. You can't make another channel. You cannot create another channel. You can't be, think you could potentially be on other people's channel. It's not like Twitch where if you get banned, you can't show up on another streamer's live, but you can no longer make another channel if you get copyright striked and taken down. And Knox Hill, who has 1.85 million subscribers, could potentially come Monday no longer have a YouTube channel because UMG's copyright striking is gone berserk.
before I tell you who the 3 people I'm suing are, I just want to make it clear that they all met this very specific high bar of criteria that I...
Not true.
Interact with it. Explain how it's not true. Come on. This is your moment to shine.
Earlier. These people were not targeted based on their gender, their identity, their political beliefs.
I actually respect when I could go after the stupid, sexy Arab ladies I claim to have a vested interest in financially ruining.
It was a total coincidence that I went after the people that I did. It just so happened that I went after those people. Oh, it's not. It's just so.
Okay, I will 100% agree here. This is probably like 80-20. 80% of this lawsuit has to do with his continued like war between these people. Let's just call a spade, right? Let's just call a spade. It's like 20% of it has to actually do with the whole copyright infringement that they engaged in, but like 85% of it has to do with the fact that you couldn't really get her for the CPS shit, couldn't really get the Hassan and all these other people. This you could get them for, but you know what? You want to know who else engages in stuff like that? The FBI, the CIA, your local police department. There's certain areas when you are going against somebody, right? When you're pressing charges against somebody, whether it is civil or criminal, there's certain things that you just don't have enough evidence to make it stick. So you leave it outside of the prosecution. Whereas the things that you have concrete evidence of, you put in your prosecution because you have a better chance of getting them on that than you do on something else, which is why if you have like sometimes 1st-degree murder will be then knocked down to 2nd-degree, right? Unintentional. And obviously I don't mean unintentional in that way, but for lack of better words, unintentional. So those are the reasons why you have enough evidence to get them for one thing, but not enough evidence to get them for the other thing, right? Yeah. The video's playing, by the way, y'all. The video's playing. Yeah, you got this.
I want to find something for all of you.
You got this.
Pretty good.
Oh, here we go. TikTok, TikTok, brother. Any day now, Denims. Come on. This is at 1.25. Let's come on. Come on. Come on, Denims. Here
I
we
wanted to make
go.
an easy block list for anyone who wanted to go ahead and block a bunch of, absolute morons. So if you would like an easy block list, this tweet, I left replies open, 1.5K replies, easy block list. The number of replies in here.
Yes, they don't agree with me, so I should block them. Genius.
That say skank, whore, OnlyFans, etc.
I mean, I don't agree with that. Does she obviously use her body to get views? Duh. But my biggest issue with this dumb bimbo is the fact that she's just stupid. She's just so freaking dumb. That's my issue with her, but I would never block her in a million years. I'd never not like, I wouldn't block this chick because it's just too good. It's just too entertaining to watch somebody be this, to be this dumb, but be so confident in how dumb she is.
I think we all know, Ethan, the audience that you are trying to obtain. Okay? I think we know.
Oh, yeah? Tell that to the judge. Your Honor, all he wants
To pretend
is,
like the people.
all he wants is incels in his audience. Ethan Klein, who holds around 30,000 live viewers every single time he goes live, is desperate for more of an audience, for bigger numbers.
People that you're suing just happen to be women, and that
Well, now he's also suing Shonda Black because all of you guys kept complaining about him only suing women. Y'all kept on complaining so much that he was only suing women. He has now decided to sue Shonda Black as well. Congratulations, you played yourself.
there isn't a very obvious desire to obtain viewers that are the most sexist people possible.
Oh, guys, I didn't know I was sexist. Damn. No, wait, yes, I did.
Just be real for 2 seconds, okay? Just be real.
Yeah. Say it again. You might actually believe it the next time. Yeah. Searching for a thought.
You're on X. What do you expect? I don't want to defend Ethan, but he isn't even on there. He's not on there because he can't handle criticism, which he's admitted. There's a
Now, I will give a point to her on that one, okay? I'm not going to say, hey, you can't. I'm going to say this. If you're not even on X, you can't really criticize somebody for being on X. I will give it to it. And the fact that you can't have that Ethan responds on Instagram rather than having a Twitter and responding there is a little bitch made. I'm 100%. I'm going to say that because you can't really respond under or quote Instagram reels /story reply to somebody. It is kind of dumb to be responding to somebody on one platform who's on another platform. It's kind of like, listen, bro, get in the ring, get on the same platform and get in the ring. Like,
There's a clip of it. There's a clip of him saying he can't handle the criticism, which is why he doesn't use Twitter anymore. But it's also in my YouTube comments, in his YouTube comments, in my Twitch chat, and in my Instagram comments. Literally, probably thousands at this point of comments.
Knew you were sexist? Damn right.
That are anywhere from whore to probably the worst would be like a rape threat.
But none of this has anything to do with
Chatter.
Ethan.
I know thinking is so hard. Listening is so...
There we go. Another ban. So you can't sue because you're a woman. What logic is that? Oh my God. It's not an echo chamber, you guys. She welcomes free thought. It's just once you have your free thought, she bans you. Well, not her mods.
So difficult, I know. So you can't sue because you're a woman? What logic is that? Listen, the BoJack Horseman, that's very fitting. Listen, what I said, I'll explain it slower this time since you seem to be a little bit slow. What I said was he's targeting women who have less money because A, it's easy to target people that have less money than you in lawsuits.
True.
But B, because he's trying to obtain a very particular audience, which he's successfully obtaining. An audience.
So now that he's suing Shonda Black, what does that mean? He's trying to also get the racists as well? Is that, I mean, that's the narrative. He's always, people have been pushing on him. So does he need to sue like a generic, blonde haired, blue eyed man in an effort for it to have nothing to do with race, religion, sex, ideology? Is that really what it is? Like, I'm going to be honest, if the only way he can sue somebody for a legitimate litigious reason is if they're a blonde haired, blue eyed white guy, that in and of itself is racist, bro.
Audience primarily of people who hate women. I know that was hard to understand. I just showed a tweet showing a bunch of sexist comments.
Sexist comments that have absolutely nothing to do with Ethan. Unless you can prove that he made a call to action to go over there and make all of those comments.
And then I showed his commentary saying it's not about them being women. And that was really hard to follow. But these 2 points are connected.
The fact that he said he's not suing us because he's women, but I have people in my chat saying I'm a whore. Those are connected. Him denying these allegations and people who have nothing to do with Ethan Klein's purpose for suing us, they are connected.
Use your brain as best as you can. All right.
She says
All
with the
three
2
are
brain cells on her chest.
on this list. In fact, they're the only 3, as far as I could tell, that reacted to the full video. Drum roll, please. Who's sweating at home, guys? Kaceytron, the queen of ripping farts and bong loads.
They do musicals. They're very musical people. Are you being serious? Dog, what do you... Look, you think I made this?
Frogan, who, bless her soul,
is still rising.
Casey.
Can I walk away and use the bathroom? Do I have permission?
Little side note, if you didn't know, Anissa said that Kaceytron is the funniest person she's ever met. So, take that what you will.
Can I use the bathroom, please? I'll leave it playing.
Apparently thinks Twitch is liable for me interviewing a Yemeni teenager who's only known genocide his entire life.
What happened?
and Denims, the queen of self-owning. And my God, is she the queen of that?
It's very obvious from the way that guy's talking. He's a Seiko fan.
Oh my God, bro, I love you, Hassan. Can I give you a hug?
Now, I will continue with what I'm saying. This right here is the weakest freaking argument in the world that Ethan could be making. It doesn't matter if he's a Sneeko fan or a Hassan fan. The dude, I think there's more evidence that this dude was a freaking clout chaser than anything else. Who gives a damn, honestly? He would have had a better argument pushing forward the accusation that the guy just continues to propagate propaganda. So who cares if the dude is a Hassan fan, a Sneeko fan, an H3 fan, like a Joe Rogan fan? Nobody gives a damn.
I'm so sweaty.
We're still playing this clip. Incredible. Really. The guy who, I already addressed this in my video, and I know critical thinking is hard for these people. The Sneeko fan, we're still on this.
Denims.
This guy. The guy who literally 15 minutes earlier.
Obviously, just
Here we go. This is still the same. This is the same thing. He's recycling content because he doesn't have anything else to add in this video.
Bro, I love you, Hassan. Can I give you a hug, bro?
I'm so sweaty, bro.
I love you, bro.
I'm so sweaty.
I love you, bro.
Once again,
I have to admit,
speechless?
You're my hero, bro.
Nothing to say, girl.
You're the coolest guy.
Here's the
Nothing to say, girl. He's looking crazy.
I'll agree with her on this point. And I even said it in our original reaction to the H3 video. This point is mute. It has no real weight behind it. Who gives a damn who he's a fan of?
Just went a whole fucking, you just grandstand on how he's obviously just must not be a fan of Hassan.
Because if Ethan's going to make this argument that this guy is a fan of Hassan, who then turned around and tried to harass Ethan, Ethan has to also accept that there are fans of his who try to turn around and harass other people. So if he wants Hassan to be culpable for his fans' actions, Ethan must also be culpable for his fans' actions. So it's a double-edged sword here.
And how could you sit there so stupid and smug? Oh my God.
Again, Ethan is lying. His proof isn't proof at all. The first time this guy shows up during this stream, it happens 15 minutes earlier when he meets Hassan's crew. Notice he doesn't react when they say they're going to find Hassan.
What are you guys doing? What kind of content?
It's live stream.
Oh, live stream?
Yeah.
Dude, it's like, I'm a content creator too, bro.
Yeah, sure.
I do content. So you're just literally live right now?
Yeah. Yes.
How many viewers?
A couple. Nice.
Two? Yeah. What, 30?
Probably more than 30.
I would say more than 30. Yeah.
Dude, guys, my YouTube channel is at Dating and Money. Please subscribe.
Yeah, this is such bitch shit. I fucking hate people that are like this. So freaking clout demons.
Dating and Money. I talk about Palestine
Dating and
on
money.
there. Yeah, yeah.
Dating and money.
I talk about Palestine on there.
Okay, hell yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
I want to find Hassan.
Okay.
You hear that? I'm going to go find Hassan. And what does superfan, quote, "You're my hero," have to say about that?
This guy.
Where'd he go? Yeah.
Well, yeah, just type in at and then Dating and Money, guys.
Just listen, chat. Do not.
It sounds like he has to plug his, his channel again. Where does he say, "Oh, you guys are Hassan's crew? Let me go find Hassan with you"?
Not fucking go. Do not. Dating and money. Chat.
Where does he say anything about Hassan? Hold on. Where does he say anything about Hassan? Hold on. Hold on.
Well, yeah, just type in.
"You're my hero," have to say about that?
This guy.
Yeah, what does he have to say about that?
Well, yeah, just type in at and then Dating and Money, guys.
Just listen, chat.
I'm sorry. Was there supposed to be an own there? Was there supposed to be a clip of him saying, "Oh, guys, oh, you're Hassan's crew? Oh, let me shout myself out again. Let me pretend like I know him." Like, I think she forgot that this clip does not have him talking about not knowing who Hassan is.
Do not fucking go.
Now, I haven't seen the entire thing. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm pause-andying.
Do not. Dating and money. Chat.
This is the own, the guy who literally he's saying, "You're my hero. I love you, man. You're my fucking hero." And when they say we're gonna go find Hassan, he's like, "Anyways, dating and money.
Yes, you just proved that the guy had no connection there and in no way, shape, or form acknowledged who Hassan was. You, the queen of self-owns, bro. I'm back at it again.
Dating and money."
Oh my God.
The super fan who doesn't know who March is, who doesn't know who Lolo is, who doesn't know who Brett is, and doesn't react at all when they say, "We're live streamers and we're gonna go find Hassan."
Yes, he's a clout demon. He's a clout demon.
That's, yeah, okay. I was just right. You're just posting my W's. I was right. So stupid to put in here.
I love you, bro.
I'll agree with her on that. It was very dumb. There were so many other instances that he could have gone with.
None of the hostages that have been released so far have said that they've been raped. The hostages have public statements. You can go look at them.
The sexual
She's so proud of herself.
assault.
And then he puts in a video of somebody saying that they were sexually
Then he called
assaulted.
Hassan the F-slur in Twitter a day later.
That was not in his content, Nuke, because he didn't care enough to do the bare minimum research.
My lawyer can't do.
Oh my God. So instead of interacting with the fact that you were proven wrong, your angle of attack is, he didn't put this in the H3 nuke. He obviously doesn't care about rape victims.
Fucking shit.
Lawyer can shit. Thank you for the 10 gifts of Silcat.
Respond to what she's saying. Respond.
God, dude.
Debunk the fact that she was sexually assaulted.
Experience should never happen to any human being.
This Yemeni kid is just a Yemeni kid with a gun and is not a Houthi, and there is no proof of him being a Houthi.
Are you a soldier? Yes. That seems pretty definitive.
He never.
Come on.
In
Come
what
on.
universe do you think that proves that he's a Houthi terrorist?
Oh. Hey, are you a soldier for the Houthis, who are a terrorist organization under the United States of America? Yes. What? We don't know if he's an actual terrorist. How does that prove that he's a Houthi terrorist? All he did was admit to being a part of the Houthi soldier regime. How does that prove he's... This is gold. This is gold. She is so unintentionally funny. It's remarkable.
Zeta versus Ethan Klein and Hila Klein being accused of the same thing he's accusing you of. Now the irony.
Oh wait, hold on. I gotta hear that chat.
That he's a Houthi terrorist.
Oh, he's talking about the Matt Haas lawsuit. The Matt Haas lawsuit is completely different from this lawsuit. You guys are so stupid. Oh my God. Yes, they're both over copyright. Only one lawsuit wasn't right and didn't work because it fell within not being copyright infringement. And Ethan also didn't publicly state he was creating a market substitute, whereas in this lawsuit they do. All three of them do.
Gila Klein.
Now, granted, Kaceytron, it's shallow waters on that admission, so we'll see what actually ends up happening.
Being accused of the same thing he's accusing you of now. The irony.
Yeah? Got any words, Denim?
I like the idea that if you speak to like,
LDNM smug.
if you talk to like an average like Punisher fan, like one of the guys with the Punisher sticker on, or even like talking to someone in the U.S. military.
My lawyer can't do fucking shit.
Or even like, let's say you talk to one of the people that shows up at one of the LA Kings protests, and you're like, would you consider yourself a soldier for the cause? And they say yes. That immediately deems them as a terrorist.
Oh my God. Well, if the organization in which they are claiming to be a soldier for is deemed a terrorist group by the United States of America, yes. Yes, it does. This bitch is so dumb. She thinks that if Osama bin Laden just came out and was like, guys, death to America, but I am not a part of Al Qaeda, then the United States SEAL Team 6 would have just been like, he's good. He's good, guys. Don't worry about it.
That was not evidence. Like, this is how.
It is evidence. It's literally what Discovery is for. All your social media gets taken. Every interaction you had with anybody or any interaction you had that could be utilized as proof, it does turn into evidence. Why do you think people like Little Dirk, who used his own fucking credit card to purchase the vehicle that was used in a drive-by shooting of another artist, that is evidence of him being involved. Him telling people that to go do this or that he was paying for it, that is evidence. Or in the YNW Melly case, where he commented on I believe it was an Instagram post, or no. He texted somebody when they asked, are you okay? Are you safe after his friends got killed? Him responding and saying, I did that shit. Shh. That was used against him in the freaking court, man. It was used against him during the trial. This is how you know she has not spoken to a lawyer. This is how this freaking dumbass.
This is how stupid he thinks. This is how stupid Ethan Klein thinks his audience is.
Oh,
he thinks
God.
that they are so stupid that he can play a clip where what he's saying is not happening is happening and pretend like it's happening.
I think you're the only one pretending here. Yeah?
How are you defending him? He told Hassan that he's fighting in Yemen.
Yeah, that's a good question. What's the response, Denims? Use that squirrel.
Make you saying you're fighting or saying you're a soldier doesn't make you a terrorist. I'm serious. Go talk.
No, but claiming that you're a soldier who is a part of a terrorist organization does. She keeps leaving that portion out.
To the people at the LA Kings protest. Go talk to the people at the anti-ICE protest.
Anti-ICE protest hasn't been labeled as a terrorist organization. The LA Kings protest wasn't labeled as a terrorist organization.
And ask them if they view themselves as soldiers. Ask them if they feel like they're fighting.
Resistance is resistance against oppression.
That doesn't make you a terrorist. That's not evidence of you being a terrorist. Do you know if you... I made the point that I made. Okay, I don't need to...
She's so stupid.
Keep circling and saying the same exact point. I mean, here you are. Like, you're literally fighting in this chat right now. I guess you're a terrorist?
Yeah, explain how someone's wrong. You keep leaving out the fact. That he is saying, yes, he is a soldier of the Houthis. He literally was a part of a Houthi militarized organization to take over a freaking cargo ship and kidnap multiple sailors. How hard is that to understand? Now we're going to have the dead air. Let's go.
In anyways.
Oh, I guess I skipped ahead.
What you're saying doesn't make any sense, and you're saying it anyways.
Just remember, guys, you can explain it to somebody, but you can't understand it for them.
Being a Houthi.
Are you a soldier? Yeah.
I like how this is the epic own. Him saying yes to the question, are you a soldier? That is clear-cut evidence of terrorist activity. Oh. If you're stupid enough to fall for this, your brain is Swiss cheese.
when he was on with Hassan, Hassan stated that he believes that the Houthis and Asad Allah were like Luffy from One Piece, and the guy is claiming to be a soldier of the Houthi organization, which has been deemed a terrorist organization by the United States of America. It's not that difficult to follow the dots.
Your brain is Swiss cheese.
It's not even dots. It's just a freaking 1-lane road.
And there's no hope for you.
Well, there's no hope for me because I can understand context.
What Israel did with the pagers in Lebanon is a good example of terrorism.
Probably.
Yeah, let's ask Ela. Was she a soldier? Did she serve in the IDF? Yeah, that is a terrorist organization. You're right.
Well, that seems pretty definitive.
He never said Hassan Nasrallah was a good guy.
I can't believe I'm calling Nasrallah based. I mean, listen.
Now for the...
That is also, I know, it's so hard to be partial or to be impartial, rather. Those are different statements. Reading a chat message of someone saying, I never thought Hassan Nasrallah would be based, and then saying, hey, the reason you think this is because these people are more educated than Western media would want you to think. These people have had formal educations, and they're capable of highlighting the actual reasons why their countries have been destroyed by Western powers, is not the same thing as calling him a good guy. These are different statements. Like, I don't... Power.
Hold on.
Or to be impartial, rather, would be different statements. Reading a chat message of someone saying, I never thought Hassan Nasrallah would be based, and then saying, hey, the reason you think this is because these people are more educated than Western media would want you to think. These people have had formal educations, and they're capable of highlighting the actual reasons why their countries have been destroyed by Western powers.
Okay. I will actually give her a point here because I don't really know if he reading a chat message or was he saying it? Hold on, let's actually go back. I will, you know what? If she's got a point, she's got a point.
And pretend like it's happening. Is not the same thing as calling him a good guy. These are IDF.
Here we go.
Yeah.
If she's got a point, she's got a point, and I'll give it to her.
Well, that seems pretty definitive.
He never said Hassan Nasrallah was a good guy.
I can't believe I'm calling Nasrallah based. I mean, listen.
Now for the...
I can't believe I'm calling her. You know what? Actually, okay. It does sound like he is responding to a chat message there. I'm going to give it to her. It actually does sound like it because why would he say, I can't believe I'm calling Hezbollah based and then say, I mean, listen, it's entirely possible he's reading a chat message there. So you know what? In fairness, I will give her a point on that.
That is also, I know, it's so hard to be partial or to be impartial, rather. Those are different statements.
Actually, it's pretty easy.
Of someone saying, I never thought Hassan Nasrallah would be based, and then saying, hey, the reason you think this is because these people are more educated than Western media would want you to think. These people have had formal educations, and they're capable of highlighting the actual reasons why their countries have been destroyed by Western powers.
I mean, she's got a point. If he was reading a chat message, he should have played the entirety of what Hassan said and his explanation as to why that, like, whatever it was he was going to say. Did he say something against Hezbollah? Did he say something for Hezbollah? Would have been better for him to play the entirety of that. So I'll give it to her. She's got a point on that.
Is not the same thing as calling him a good guy. These are different statements. Like, isn't it crazy that this compilation of self-owns is just me being based?
Yeah, I wouldn't go that far.
I don't know why he put this in here. This is,
Yep.
He self-owned in the self-own segment.
Well, if that's the case, you should I would say you should bring up where he actually talked about it, but that would have been better for a pre-recorded. Obviously on live, you don't want to spend the whole time trying to find a clip. Yeah.
Nasrallah was a good guy.
I can't believe I'm calling Nasrallah based. I mean, listen.
And again, that's a chat message he's reading. And then he explains the reason why you might be inclined to believe that Hassan Nasrallah is based is because he's formally educated, he's well-informed, and his opinion is that Western powers have destroyed, and like Western imperialism, U.S. imperialism has destroyed a lot of the Middle East, which is a factually true statement. U.S. imperialism and U.S. involvement in other nations has, in fact, destabilized those regions. And so it's easy to see that and say, why do I think that this person is based? He's responding to that statement.
Okay. I have to agree. She's shown more than enough evidence in this area that it's entirely that he probably was reading it. So Ethan would have to make that connection to Hassan explaining why someone might think Hezbollah is based is to his endorsement of said person. So I'll give it to her. I'm not freaking. I'm not just gonna hate on somebody just because, if they have a point, they have a point, and she's got a point here.
That's a very different statement from Gallant is a good guy and a moderating voice. Those are different things.
Well, she's got like 1 out of 100 so far, so.
But this is also the same guy who, in the lawsuit against me,
my lawyer can't do fucking shit.
My lawyer. It's all my lawyer's fault. This is the same guy who, in his lawsuit against me, which was like, we'll get into it after we're done with this video, but let me see.
I think that's enough Denims for now. I'll give her the point. She's still got another freaking hour and 2 minutes. Plus, then there's also, she has a second portion of this, which is another 2 hours. I've reacted to about an hour so far. She's got 1 point so far. And if she has more points, again, I'll give it to her. But personally, I think 99% of the time, what I think of when she speaks is,
what you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it. May God have mercy on your soul.
I really hope that played. I really hope that played. We're going to check out Kaceytron, and then that's going to wrap it up for today, you guys. So Kaceytron, I have absolutely no idea how this woman got famous. Oh yeah, here's Frogan stating that she's taken the week off. Thanks for the support and everything. So she was actually one of the only smart people, the only smart person here who is under litigation and decided not to talk about it. But Kaceytron had a little bit of a breakdown on her live stream talking about this litigation.
I was planning on starting to look into like lawyers and stuff today, but I didn't think that I'd get served yet or that I would even get served. But I guess
It sounds like poor planning on your part. I'm sorry. If somebody, listen, if a multimillionaire who's also Jewish is telling me that they're going to sue me, and yes, I said Jewish. Yes, you can call me racist or bigoted all you want. But if a multimillionaire is telling you he's going to sue you, I'm sorry. You need to take that under advisement, okay? I've been in a call where a multimillionaire has threatened to sue somebody for defamation, and I'm just saying, listen, the way the person responded was the right way to respond. It was, I'll take the video down. I'm sorry. I liked Kaceytron in the Minx era. They were so funny together. I would not know.
I heard it's Ethan's birthday. So I don't know. I was like, I guess I'll go live so he can get a good birthday gift, since I'm sure he thinks this is funny. I don't know. But
I mean, a lot of us think it's funny and well-deserved.
But I got served. My dad answered the door, and I said earlier they used my dad's disability to trick him, but that was unrelated. It was just today we've been like calling on my dad's disability, because I've been like working towards trying to get my dad on disability, and we were like responding to some calls and notifications we got about that. And then like a few minutes later, the next thing I know, my dad comes in and he's like fucking crying. It's really fucking traumatic to see your dad cry like that.
I gotta be honest. With the amount of money she must be spending on weed to be smoking so goddamn much of it every single live stream, don't you think that would be better spent? I mean, I don't know her financial situation, but she has already come out and stated she just barely got herself out of debt. Well, put the ZA down, girl. Put the ZA down. I don't know how much it costs over there, but... like, why are you getting toasted every single day if your dad is disabled? Shouldn't you be, I don't know, helping him out? I don't know the freaking dynamic here, but it seems like you're spending an awful ton of money on the ZA.
That's what really like has me like so freaked out, is seeing like how emotional my dad got about it.
Gonna be honest, probably should have thought about this before you started going after somebody. I'm just that you reap what you sow, man. None of these tiers, and that you can call me, you know, you can call me an asshole. You can call me all these things, but if you're going online and you're talking a bunch of shit and you're going after somebody, you're defaming somebody, you're in, you know, you're breaking the law. You should really be thinking about your situation, and if you actually have the ability to go to war with somebody outside of YouTube.
You know, like, and I know people are going to be fucking making fun of me for this, and like they're going to be posting like videos of me like crying and laughing at it and whatnot, you know, like, I don't know, like, I'm sure like what you guys are watching right now, like every fucking incel community that's been attacking me relentlessly for like the past 10 years is going to use it for YouTube clips because they literally make careers out of bullying women like me. And I'm just...
Remember, guys, it's not because she broke the law. It's because she's a woman.
So fucking tired. I'm just so fucking tired of constantly being harassed by this shit, you know? Like...
Now, if you're feeling bad for her, if you're feeling bad for her at all in this moment in time, and you think to yourself, oh no, this poor woman is being attacked by all these incels, let's just come down to here and see what she thinks about being a woman online.
Seriously, get a fucking hobby. Stop just coming and fucking tearing me down. Shut the fuck up. Victim Andy, I'm literally a woman. I'll always be the victim. Get more mad.
I'm sorry, what was that, Kaceytron?
I'll always be the victim. Get more mad, and I'll always be the victim. Get a woman. I'll always be the victim. Get really a woman. I'll always be the victim. Get more.
I'm literally a woman. I'll always be the victim. Oh, man. It's, you know, you see one thing with her breaking down and crying and talking about it's always the incels. It's always the incels coming after me. And then you see this clip of her saying, I'm a woman, therefore I'm always the victim. But wait, it gets worse.
Mad incels. Okay? Get more fucking mad. I could hit you first, and then if you hit me, you'd be in prison. Not shit would happen to me.
I guess the woman card did just, you know, it declined on this one.
Sorry. Get more mad. That's just how it is. Serious.
Well, Kaceytron, this lawsuit is just how it is. This lawsuit is just how it is, y'all. Now, she's still over here crying.
You know, like, it's like you don't get a lot of support whenever you're attacked by these hateful incel communities. I mean, like, even outside of the shit that Ethan is doing to me, it's like it just makes every fucking incel community that has hated me for years attack me once again. And it's like I felt like I was finally getting away from that kind of harassment. You know?
Now, what are some things that she could potentially be getting called out for? Why would she be getting this quote unquote harassment against her? I'll continue the clip, but I'd like to read you an excerpt from Kaceytron herself. Some old Twitch lore years ago when Wreckful was still alive, mind you, this is a dead person. He and Destiny did a stream where they did shrooms together. Destiny did a heroic dose of 10 grams. It was completely out of it, came out of the experiencing saying it made him suicidal and he wanted to kill himself for weeks. Anyways, I hope he does another heroic dose. Kaceytron, is that you calling for somebody to be put in a mental situation in which they want to die? Are we supposed to feel bad for you? Are we supposed to, you know, play the world's smallest violin over here? Are we supposed to take your mental health into consideration when you're literally calling for Destiny to do drugs that made him experience suicidal thoughts? I don't give a shit. I don't fucking care.
You know what I mean? And it's just like evoked like all of that all fucking over again. Like I'm being attacked by like fucking incel YouTubers that make content for incel men to make fun and laugh at women going through traumatic things.
traumatic things like suicidal thoughts, maybe. Who knows?
You know, like I'm being attacked by like fucking the quartering incel channels that I've never even fucking heard of. The fucking rape reviewer, Nicholas DeOrio.
Based, bro. The rape reviewer. You are our baby.
Or what the fuck ever. You know, Asmongold's community, Tectone's community.
Okay, Asmongold's community might actually be the only community in which I'll agree with her. Have a good amount of incels in it.
He is now claiming that Tectone is going to sue me for defamation.
Well, you called him a rapist. So, I mean, we already covered the whole Tectone dad issue, and I even stated that he's not guilty of what his dad did, but I also still don't like Tectone because he seems so fake. But again, you called him a rapist with no evidence whatsoever. That is defamatory.
You know, it's
get
like
it together.
I have been through a lot. You know, like I have been through a lot, and I do
Been through a lot of weed.
think I'm a strong person, but somebody can only fucking take so much. You know what I mean?
No, I mean, yes, but sorry, this little excerpt right
down.
here.
Shut the fuck up. Victim Andy, I'm literally a woman. I'll always be the victim. Get more.
I might have to make that a sound bite. That's fantastic. That's gonna be, yeah. I think I had another. Oh yeah. This is good. This is Kaceytron's initial response to the H3 lawsuit video. So it says, Kaceytron supercut. Before you start feeling sorry for her, remember that she is one of the sneakiest and most manipulative streamers there is. This is a woman who will just label anyone who disagrees with her as a incel sexist, no sympathy.
This no good motherfucker and his ugly ass wife. Fucking cunt. God.
Son of a bitch. Okay, that I might actually have to censor considering it is one of the flagged words on YouTube.
No, let me tell you.
More from 10 years ago, and
This
they remain.
bad
Oh, reacting to some bad empanada. The guy who pushed the pushed the narrative that Ethan just is allowing his kids to eat shit.
Not
Literal shit.
He really just reads these, man. I kind of
YouTuber.
like. I do enjoy it.
Hutch, 800K.
Like, isn't she?
Oh my god, her mixing is so bad with the audio. Listen, sometimes we're up, sometimes we're down, but it's never this bad.
She's just mean, that woman. She's an ugly woman. Like, she is.
Plug
You
your
can't
factor
hear-
code, mama.
I said she's an
Oh my
ugly
God.
woman. Like, and she seems mean. I would hate to be one of her employees.
Dream was taking tip at $2.90. Saw the news. That's such.
Central Committee said something about 100.
So as you can see, Kaceytron, another cry bully, another freaking, yeah, this is great, but she's just another cry bully, somebody that you just honestly, who cares? I do not care that she's getting sued. Speaking of URR though, hold on. Speaking of some URR, this is this guy right here. Enjoy the intro of Nicholas DiOrio's ultimate rape review. Just like alleged groomer Ethan Klein, Nick is a bad faith actor who wants to turn everything into drama to get his YouTube funds up. So Nicholas DiOrio made a brand new URR ultimate rape review video. As you can see, this person was attempting to make a small hit piece on on the new URR intro. I simply stated that this shit slaps 117 likes. This is gold. Time. This shit slaps so hard, bro. This is so clean.
ladies and gentlemen.
Now remember, Diorio does ultimate rape review, okay? Rape review is Chud Logic. There's a difference. Oh man, I just got a like on this one. Oh yeah, this is the Fox lady. Shout out to her and the husband and the daughter. Like, I feel bad for them. So we're gonna just check out a quick little portion of H3 reacting to the Kaceytron response.
Kaceytron's was next. Let's see how she's doing. This one is tough. $1,600 raise.
Now, this is what's really funny. Kaceytron is getting sued for copyright infringement, using somebody else's work and not transforming it. All the while, her picture for her GoFundMe is a thumbnail somebody else created. And she didn't change a damn thing about it. I don't know if this is intentional. If it is intentional, I'm going to be honest, this is freaking hilarious. But the fact that you are so like balls swinging low to be getting sued for not transforming content to just steal somebody's thumbnail as your GoFundMe picture.
What?
So earlier,
she
just changed the picture to.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because earlier it was this insanely cursed photo of her.
Right, I saw that.
Yeah,
Remember?
it was. Should we get into this? I have thoughts on the whole Kaceytron thing.
Whatever.
Well, let me look at the GoFundMe.
Look at the GoFundMes,
and then we'll go into the Kaceytron.
Yeah,
because she's the one who's been giving us the most.
Yeah, she is. She is given everything.
Oh, Anissa also retweeted but didn't donate.
What the fuck?
Now, this is a couple of days old. I think she's gotten up to around like 15 to 20,000 raised.
These people.
Like Anissa and
with friends like this
and Hassan are the ones who should be rushing to defend them, and they're totally absent. Here was Casey's original
No,
picture.
you're right.
This was her original photo. Not kidding.
No way.
She should have just left it at this.
It was. I saw it.
No way.
As of like an hour ago, right before we went live, I saw
that
it.
was the photo.
What?
This looks like a J Station thumbnail. Like,
yeah,
it does.
3 a.m.
Raising money for my legal defense at 3 a.m.
Stop it. That is so cursed.
Well, okay. All
was
right.
good.
I've been biting my tongue.
are you sure you want to do this now, Dan?
You can do it. I'm not even going to disagree with
Listen,
you.
I'm co-signing this. Go ahead, Dan.
But hold on. Before you...
Okay, go ahead.
Do you want to say something about that, Hila? I want to give you your platform here. You have the... What happened?
I'm trying to keep up with what everybody is referencing. There's so many like sub sentences here. We should show her clips.
Okay, let's watch the clips. Yeah.
Imagine having 1.2K viewers and getting yourself into a situation where you will be dead broke after. Well, joke's on you, motherfucker. I'm already broke, dumbass.
Fucking owned them. She's another person who's just unintentionally funny.
Well, you're smoking a joint. You know, you got money from the bank for that. How much, dude? You got to be spending a shitload of money if you're hitting 42 volcano bags.
Weed ain't cheap,
you know.
Fun.
So she lights up.
You messed up her whole flow.
Okay, all right.
Just play this for a second.
Imagine having 1.2K viewers and getting yourself into a situation where you will be dead broke after. Well, joke's on you, motherfucker. I'm already broke, dumbass. Moron.
That's so good.
Work that shit, bro.
Like, I'm saying they're gonna take the money I
say
don't
it, Dan.
have.
Say it. She rocks. She rocks. I'm a Kaceytron fan.
Dude, I was cracking up watching her reaction.
Nothing about Kaceytron, and I guess I still really don't. But
I will say her reaction to all of this has been some of the funniest shit ever. The fact that she said that she was too high to remember reacting to it. She said that she didn't actually react to it, but that Ethan just edited her reacting to his video. the I'm already broke, so you can't sue me. It's been gold. It has been freaking gold.
All of these clips have been.
I would be careful, Dan, because she's about to call Hila ugly for no reason.
Okay, so with that one exception, that was she went a little too far there.
That was
She went a
fucked
little
up,
too far.
Dan.
I disagree. I mean, like, you guys are throwing mud back and forth. You got to be open to it being thrown back. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, what do you think Hila's ugly?
No, I do not.
You think she's ugly?
Are you calling her ugly?
I would never.
Listen, you're allowed to like her. That doesn't change the status of anything.
No, I know it won't. I'm just. I've
Shame on you.
discovered that she is very funny. It is what it is.
Is she intentionally funny?
She reminds me kind of of Trisha, where it's like
That's
ambiguous.
scary.
I don't think she's intentionally funny. I think she's just a lolcow. Like, people just they just do not know how funny they are to be reacted to because of how dumb they are with things that they say and do.
We all thought it was funny at first.
Ambiguous, right?
Someone said this somewhere and said that Kaceytron is like Trisha if she was into drugs instead of theater.
Well, the thing is, Trisha is intentionally funny. After doing this show with her for as long as I did, she is
It's
very
definitely
funny. And she's a great entertainer.
Yeah.
Kaceytron, I don't know. Well, I need to see more.
Well, let's keep watching.
Whatever.
Whatever.
Like, and it's like, is that even gonna happen? I doubt it.
It's happening.
Like,
You shouldn't doubt when a multimillionaire tells you he's gonna sue you. I don't know how many times I'm gonna say that, but like, oh my gosh, you were unprepared because you didn't believe you were actually gonna get sued. That's nobody's fault but your own.
They're probably gonna be served today, by the way.
whatever. Like, why are they doing this to me?
I explained it in
just
detail.
doesn't make sense.
No, it makes sense.
An attack on me is an attack on everyone.
That was fun.
It's been great watching the reactions. Now, you look at Denims and it's funny because of how dumb she is, but how correct she thinks she is. You look at Frogan and there's not a whole lot you can react to because she's been smart and kept her mouth shut. But Kaceytron is just a barrel of laughs because she's just not on this world. She's just, her mind is not here. She doesn't live in reality like the rest of us.
She's not kidding.
It gets way funnier.
But she's not kidding. An attack on me is an attack on everyone.
I think she's just a trolly person inherently. I don't think you're right. I think
No, she's got some mental issues in my personal opinion.
I think she's not taking
like
it that
literally
seriously. And
an
she's
attack on
kinda
me
fucking
is
around.
an attack on all humanity right now.
I think she thinks that.
No,
she goes, we are me.
It gets better. It keeps getting better.
I'm with you, Ethan.
I think she's, I think if she was genuinely that funny, people would be watching her.
She'd be more successful.
She used to be really funny back in the days when she was on Austin shows, like with all the webcams. I'm sure we've seen a clip of them.
She used to be funnier, I assume, when she actually had her mind. Like, again, as somebody who has smoked and everything of that nature, does weed inhibit you to a degree? Absolutely. When you abuse it, it can definitely fry you in a way that there's just so little to come back from. It can be an addictive substance. Anything can be an addictive substance if you're utilizing it to escape something.
It was really funny on the
rather than just utilizing it to be recreational.
So what?
So I actually do think she is humorous.
Yeah, I think she's got a sense of humor.
Okay. So maybe it's good if she has to scale back on the weed smoke to pay me.
It might sharpen her mind, sharpen her wit,
make her build her audience so she could pay me more.
Whatever.
That's so funny.
This is ridiculous. No, I literally am every woman.
Pretty woman walking down the street, pretty woman. It's fantastic. I think it's crazy. I mean, of all people to feel bad with in this situation, Kaceytron, I probably would have to feel the worst for, because she literally does not know where she is. And I just do not, she just strikes me as somebody who just doesn't understand what's actually going on and what could potentially be the fallout of this lawsuit.
No, like, how
You
much
are not every woman.
She's shocked.
The dating shows were hilarious. I would not know, but I assume that's like prime YouTube, considering they were talking about Trisha Paytas being, you know, popular on YouTube. What was that, like a decade ago?
Gone, dude.
Not every woman watched my entire video.
I am every woman.
I think she thinks that.
have we, like, oh my God, we're almost at 400. Like, hopefully this won't even be a thing that we need.
It's happening.
Because I think Ethan will give up the charade and realize exactly who he's messing with.
Realize exactly who he's messing with. Who's he messing with
Planning
here?
on starting to look to see your dad cry.
This
like
is who
that.
he's messing with.
You know, like, that's what really, like, has me, like, so freaked out, is seeing
Somebody who just, you know, he's messing with somebody who's hoping for, hey, thanks, Ken. He's messing with somebody who is calling for the death of, or calling for the suicide of freaking Destiny. As much as we have said about, you know, Destiny, as much as we have talked about Destiny and hated on Destiny and the things he's done, not once have I said that he needs to die. Oh my, or kill himself or anything of that nature.
But okay, I know it's coming, but the denial is unbelievable. You think I wrote up all these lawsuits for fun? Do you know how much that cost me?
Right.
To write 3 monster complaints?
Yeah, Love or Host was around 4 years ago. Oh, so almost half a decade.
I am nobody to be messed with.
Yeah, you're nobody to be messed with.
I'm tired.
You really,
know, like, it's like you don't get a lot of support. Whenever you're
really
attacked,
seem like you got it all together here.
attacked by, like, fucking the quartering incel channels that I've never even fucking heard of. The fucking
Remember, this is the boss bitch of the year, guys.
rape reviewer, Nicholas DeOrio, or what the fuck ever. You know,
God, I love that. I love that so much.
don't mess with me. Am I serious? Yes, I'm serious. People watch this regularly. Girl, let us have our fun. Like, why are you doing this? Why are you guys, why can the incels stop coming in here and killing the vibe?
Everyone's an incel. If you disagree with her, you're an incel because she's a woman.
Like, we're greening out right now, but tell Ethan I will debate him.
Your Honor, Ethan's lawsuit should be thrown out because he did not debate me. He chose not to debate me. So his whole lawsuit, just get rid of it, guys. Get rid of it.
Away with his
What are we debating?
What are we debating?
Hydroponics.
You didn't know shit about that. What's the best volcano vape?
She'd blow you out in a weed off, bro.
Yeah,
Honestly, I would just listen. I would just, if she wants to debate weed, I would just listen.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I don't know. This is I'm like, I think it's funny. This clip was making me really laugh, but I'm also cautious because, like, I don't know anything about her, and
sure,
she doesn't
I don't
seem.
really either.
It doesn't seem totally like she gets it to the point of being that funny. I don't know.
Look at that. At the end of the day, she could be the funniest, sweetest girl in the world. It doesn't fucking change the facts of the case.
Yeah,
Yep, that is true.
Oh, I'm messing with you.
tail between his legs. Has he responded?
In the words of Mother, I'm all about that bass, no trouble.
He's ignoring the fact that I said I'd debate him right now.
What? You just said it.
Debate what?
That was the clip from yesterday.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm ignoring Kaceytron with 300 views.
Yeah.
Who cares, man? It's so it's been wonderful seeing the Cope Fest that has occurred in the Hassan camp and scene coming from Kaceytron, and all of the people who have just been riding on those coattails, coming out and trying to talk about how, oh, this isn't gonna happen. What's up, Neon? That this isn't gonna happen, or that, oh, he's doing entrapment even though it's a civil case and not a criminal one, or that, you know, he has no grounds for a lawsuit when he absolutely does. What's insane is that, again, I have to reiterate, Frogan of all people has been the smartest one out of the 3, now 4, that has gotten sued and has kept her mouth shut and not spoken on any litigious nature of this lawsuit.
Saying she wants to
Well, I
debate
think she
me.
was juicing yesterday because of all this.
Good. That's it. Good. I'm glad you know, if they can get some benefit out of this, that'll benefit me. But I think it's so funny. Vadim, Kaceytron, everybody's like, thinks they're so entitled to my time all of a sudden.
No trouble.
Have they let him know, or is he ignoring the messages? He's scared. He doesn't want to debate me. He's afraid.
At least, could you at least say what it is you want to debate?
Yeah, what are we debating?
Let's start there. You know, let's set some parameters.
No.
Judge, listen. Debate me, bro. To debate me. What are you scared, Judge? You don't want to debate me? You scared?
Like he won't debate me, and I'm literally like, he's afraid. Or he's acting like he doesn't know that I want to debate him. No, have somebody let him know. Like, get me in a call. I want to talk to him and his wife.
I'm sorry.
He has a big problem with you.
Yeah, why? I never even knew her.
This is so good. This is so good. I just, I love it. Love it. You love seeing people get their comeuppance. And again, I will say that, yes, I agree. A big portion of this lawsuit has nothing to do with copyright and has everything to do with Ethan getting his, getting his revenge. Like, you have to be real. You have to be honest. I'm not going to sit here and say that this is only about copyright when it's so incredibly obvious it's not. But at the same time, it doesn't matter what mine or anyone else's opinion is. Even if we are correct, they would have to prove it in a court of law that this doesn't have anything to do with the copyright. It has everything to do with being malicious. And even then, even if they prove that it has nothing to do with copyright, it has everything to do with being malicious, you still have to argue how what you did was transformative and not in any way, shape, or form copyright infringement. So they could prove that that this is a malicious lawsuit. They have to prove also how they were in fair use. So it doesn't matter at that point. To my thought process, I'm just going to hold it as it always has been. Do I think he has a copyright infringement? Do I think he has weight to his claim? Yes. Do I believe this will eventually hit the trial system, right? Will actually become part of trial? I think as long as he chooses to not settle, eventually it will hit trial. I don't think that there's no way that they're going to be able to do a slap suit, right? Or get it taken away with a slap suit. I don't believe that it's going to be thrown out, right? Because there was obvious copyright infringement and obvious admission to creating a market substitute. Now, once it does get into the trial system, if it does get into the trial system, because anything can happen, I just want it live streamed. I just want it live streamed. That's it. That's all I want. I just want it live streamed so the rest of us can all enjoy. Yeah, some of it is hate jollies. Oh yeah, 100% Neon, 100%. Okay, guys, it's been 3 hours, so I'm gonna head out. You guys have a wonderful rest of your evening.
Chaos brews inside the room. Voices of contention blooms. The king's eyes filled with boiling rage. Zeph steps up to the high stage. Explode the silence, break the chains. Never been a better name in the game. In this blood cast fiery flame, words like bullets in your brain.